But shoot, I feel like we need to get into some of the topics that people submitted. So we're gonna go to the pod. Y'all know what to do. You know. Hey.
All right. So the first question is it easy to make friends?
Not out of high school. No.
I think it's hard to make friends as an adult.
As an adult,
Absolutely.
yes.
It's
I will say
hard.
this. When I was at TSU, like, it was super easy to make friends because it depends on the environment that you're in. Like, in college, it's a lot easier to make friends because y'all are all kind of, like, dealing with the same shit. You feel me? Like, y'all are both in college. Y'all both broke. Y'all all kind of, like, y'all ain't got shit else to do. Like, what else you got?
Right.
Like, what else you got going
Exactly.
on?
Right.
But outside of college, like, yes, it's hard to make friends, and that's why I think they say, like, the friends you meet in while you're in school, those are the kind of friends you're gonna just stay around because that's who you know.
Yeah.
Like, and then you really don't want to become friends with your coworkers because that can happen all the
get
time.
really tricky.
That's a whole other story,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that can get very just like messy. So you just kind of
Yeah.
stay to your core group.
Mhm.
So I don't think it's hard to make friends unless as an adult because it's like, as an adult, you kind of like, oh, do I really want to let this person in? I don't really know you like that.
Right.
And if you do make a friend, it's more likely like in a work environment. If that person becomes your true
Well,
friend.
and with work, you know, I've had several friends that I would consider to be my friend at work that after I leave that job, I've never spoken to since then. So it's like, you know, there's a difference between like your work friend and somebody being a real friend, like outside of work that you could actually hang out with. And I think you can really tell when you go to like a happy hour or something and y'all just sit there looking at each other.
right.
Because then
right.
that's like not somebody that you can clearly, y'all don't vibe like that unless y'all got that
Work.
common thing about work.
Yeah.
Because that's something that
Right.
y'all have that common ground up until you don't have that anymore.
Because if you don't know mutual people, what are we gonna talk about?
Exactly.
Right.
But
You
it's
know?
like if y'all also don't, she may do something that you don't find. I mean, y'all know.
Yes.
Like, you know, me and that person, we were work friends, but outside of work, once I left that job, me and her just kind of like
Yeah.
stopped being
Right.
friends. And so, and it was just, we see life differently
Different.
and all that kind of stuff. So I think that kind of goes into it. And
Yeah.
I think your work friends honestly kind of like get a little bit more jealous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just for me, because like in every work environment I've been in, I've always been the youngest. I've always had the most going for myself.
Absolutely.
And
Correct.
so they were always just kind of like, oh,
This is their career,
right,
whatever
like
job
you're
they're
kind of
in.
stuck here. Like you've been here like 10,
That's not the end for me,
12
baby.
years, and I'm just like,
Right.
Yeah.
maybe a year. If they don't give me a raise, I'm gone.
Well,
Like,
I think too, you meet friends from your friends. So like for us is a great example because Skylar really introduced me to Erin.
Mhm.
Erin kind of introduced me and Skylar to Domonique as a friend. And so,
Yeah.
you know, you kind of, just like you network for a job, I feel like you network
for friends.
for friends.
friends,
You know,
yeah.
you have to have that kind of relationship with somebody in order to meet somebody else.
Right.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
If that answered the question.
Okay. All right.
People are saying, why can't they see you?
Guys, I'm just doing the camera. You know, it's an all guest panel. Don't you worry about it. Still here.
Victoria is serving from behind the camera today.
Serving.
But this is a guest takeover.
Guest
Okay.
Damn it.
So,
I'm
Yes.
done with Chris.
What you say?
Chris is really out here commenting.
Good job, honey.
All right.
are we ready to sizzle the pie? I never know what ones to make.
Same.
It's always a little different.
You know.
All right. Next
I
question. How do we hold friends accountable?
Oh, child.
Ooh, but like, what kind of situation?
I think that's hard because as we get older, our needs change that we need from a friend.
Yeah.
Because you have some friends that you go out and you party with, you don't really have much like expectations for them. But I feel like I hold you all to a high expectation.
Yeah.
Like we're all best friends, so. But I think we also don't ever get into like disagreements or
Mhm.
arguments, because that's how I would see
Yeah.
that as. Because if we were just like a negative friend group, or we
Yeah.
were always fighting or drama, then we would have to explain to each other like I do or don't like this. So I think that kind of depends.
Yeah, we're definitely not that group of friends that like hate each other.
No,
No.
because there's nothing really.
To
I think the
hate.
problem with
So
that
that-
is there's a lot of competition in certain friend groups.
Yeah.
We don't have, our lanes are literally all completely separate.
So separate
So
with like
when
so
we
many
hold-
different things.
When we hold each other accountable for something, I think it's more like, are you taking care of you? Are
Yeah.
you taking care of this? how is this relationship with this person or this other friend? You know what I mean? And I think that's important because I feel like we've all given each other relationship advice at some point or another.
Correct.
And it's important to come from a non-judgmental place when you do that.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I agree. I agree.
So how do you guys keep each other accountable?
I feel like as a group we're very blunt to one another.
Oh, so
Like,
I was gonna say, we just tell each
so
other.
it's like if we didn't like something if we don't agree with something that the other person did,
We'll say
it. We will say it. If we don't mind, like we can be at church and I would still say,
Not at church.
I didn't
Not
like
at
what you
church.
said. Like,
Right.
and we're not gonna wait like 2-3 weeks later to talk about it. Like it's gonna happen that moment.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna feel the vibe. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna feel the vibe between it. Like it'll get weird.
I would say we vibe check each other a lot, and that's how we. I would say that's the main way we hold each other accountable is we vibe check each other. Like you need to chill out,
Yeah.
Right.
and in that
Yeah.
moment you're like, hold on, this
Yeah.
is something I need to chill out. I need to chill out. I'm doing too much.
And it's also good because we're receptive of it. We don't.
Yes.
We're not like.
It doesn't offend you. It doesn't go
Yeah, that was
hard.
gonna be my next question. I was gonna say, does anyone like get their feelings hurt? Does anyone start crying?
No.
What?
Who?
I don't know.
I've
Shoot.
never-
I just want to know. You know?
No, we've never gotten to that
No.
level of like that it needs to even go there
Right.
for a
Absolutely.
cry.
Right.
We all have the same kind of sarcasm, little bitchiness in us. So
It's hard to hurt any of our feelings.
It's very,
Absolutely.
very hard.
And if you are hurt by our feelings, that's why you're kind of not in the group.
Well,
No,
and I was
correct.
gonna say that. I mean, at the end of the day, it kind of always comes down to 4 people, and it's just us 4.
Right.
People come, people go,
Yeah.
and you know, if somebody doesn't like it, it's kind of just one of those things where like they will stop making themselves present
Right.
because it's just we're very blunt. We let you know how we feel at that moment about a boyfriend, a friend, anybody.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So it's like you just gotta be honest. You gotta be blunt, and you have to approach it without beating around the bush.
Yeah.
That's funny that you guys mentioned a number because I'm thinking the same thing too. I think
Mhm.
4 is the number. Like anything more than that, that's just too many people. When it's an odd number, someone's bound to be left out.
Right.
So
True.
And you know what's funny about our group? I think is sort of interesting. Is this like me and Skylar, Erin and Domonique. Erin, Skylar, Domonique, and Zach. Like, we can break apart and we join. We're like, you know,
Correct,
it's like we're
correct.
Legos. We can come apart. And then we can also still hang out with each other one-on-one. It doesn't have to be all of us at once.
Right, like if me and Dominique decide like, okay, today we just gonna go to Ross and
Right.
all that kind of go get something to eat, then that's
Mhm.
fine. Like Zach and Skylar are not gonna call me like, why y'all fucking they call me to hang out and stuff like that.
Right.
Or like if they do the same, it's not gonna be.
Unless it's a
Right.
place that we all like.
Yes, unless it's like
something we
now,
talked about.
now like if it's 3, then one not there.
Yeah,
the one they
that's
call me like,
a-
okay,
I'm
hold on,
definitely
wait a
blowing
minute.
your
Yeah.
phone.
Right, like,
Yeah.
but if it's just the 2, like, we're not gonna trip if
No.
one of us got invited to the family barbecue and the other
Did.
3
Yeah.
didn't. Like, it
okay,
doesn't-
I would be kind of offended about the family barbecue.
But it's also not like offended as far like if it was just like happen like I'll pop up at all 3 of their houses when I just
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
to. So like it's never like oh I was invited or like it just I knew about it. If it's like an actual event, more than like we're gonna invite each other.
Yeah.
Invite
Erin's
each other.
the pop-up friend.
But I
We
will
all
pop
go
up.
to each
I will
other's
pop
family
up.
events.
Yeah.
Always.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean,
But also, we all know what we like. Like,
Okay.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to go to the zoo. Like, that's just not my thing.
Same.
Erin and Zach may want to go to the zoo. She'll ask
Mhm.
him because, like, she knows not to ask because I'll say no. So
it just doesn't, we don't get our feelings hurt over stuff like that
Yeah,
though. You know,
right.
it's just, we have a thing where it's like, we can break apart, we can come together, and no matter how long we spend not seeing each other, we can come back and just be right back where we
Yeah.
left off.
Yeah,
and
right.
like, I mean, we haven't all been together in 2 months
Yeah.
with all of this
This
happening.
is the first time we've
So
all been.
sad.
This is the first time we've all been together.
And
glad I
I've
could
seen
put it
Skylar,
all
I've seen
together.
Erin, but I haven't seen Dominique since it started. And
We saved time. That's
it's,
good.
yeah, we've talked on the phone and stuff, but you know, it's just that thing of you come back to the same place of nobody gets jealous, nobody feels a certain type of way, like it's just really good, it just works.
And if I
Now-
do, I'm definitely gonna tell them.
For y'all's friend group, does it work if somebody disappears for like weeks at a time?
no.
No, we kind of have to, we bounce off of each other. So like, we always have a group text,
Always.
Yeah.
and I mean, if somebody goes like off the grid for weeks, that's really not
Alarming.
That would be very concerning. First of all, I
Right.
think that's why it wouldn't work because we'd be like,
Yeah.
Has anyone heard?
Right. Like if I went a week without calling Domonique, or like a week without calling either one of them, like they will call me
It would be
like, what
concerning.
you got going, or like
I'm like, what happened to
But
you,
there
child?
have been times where we're like, hey, I'm going through something right now. I'm not in a good place mentally. I'm not in a good place with this.
Right.
I would say we all have that one person in the friend group that we lean on during that time, but we're not in the group text. We're not hanging out all the time. And it might be for weeks. So I think it's just about communication more so than falling off.
Yeah, I was just about to say that like a friendship is like a relationship. It's about like the key thing in a relationship is communication. So if you're not communicating to your friends like how you're feeling, and because we're not all mind readers, we don't know. Like Skylar may know something more serious about Zach. I may just know parts of it, but I may not know the ends of the details of it. So I may be able to just be like, well, I just know he's going through this, so that's why he's not around. But
at least one of us is gonna know what happened to the person that's missing.
And they can be like, they're just going through something right now.
Right.
And it's cool. And when that person's ready to come back and is ready to be around people, then it's cool. Come back. It's like, again, like we never left off.
Right.
But we do communicate a lot as a group of people.
Right. Yeah.
We do.
Someone said that this is a great friend group and that they're learning. So props to y'all. A little clap of claps. Okay. Yeah. Not sisters. All right, let's go ahead and draw from the pot.
I'm fucking dead again.
I love this shit. Okay.
All right, what's your friendship language? Being rude as fuck.
Honestly, that's it.
We're very rude.
Like,
We're rude.
we're okay.
Hold on.
We love each other, and that's the
Sarcastic.
thing. Like, we're not like, we'll be like, it's stupid.
Our language, I would say our friendship language is probably
words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation. Or I would say acts of service.
Yeah.
Because to me, it means a lot whenever Skylar comes over to my mom's house, or Erin comes over to my mom's house, or Domonique comes over and does anything. Like, that means a lot, and I think that that's kind of a mutual thing that we all have is we know that at the end of the day, if we needed something, we could call anybody here, and they would drop it, and they would be there for us.
That's true.
Yeah.
I would say acts of service is a if we're talking like, you know, your love language, communication, but yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I agree with the acts of service.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Right.
Because we're not that super lovey-dovey group.
No, we're not.
So do y'all not hug? Because I don't hug my friends.
We don't
not
hug.
really.
I just hug Zach.
I hug Domonique, but
We're not.
It's only if I feel Erin's energy and I feel like she don't want no fucking hug today.
I don't like to be touched all the time.
No,
So
she doesn't.
We're not like that lovey-dovey. Like,
I would say Domonique is more affectionate than any of us.
But I'm not.
I will say this, like if I'm on the phone with them and I'm finna get off the phone, I'll be like, okay, bye, I love you. Like I'll hang up and say bye, I love you. But as far as like, I don't need to hug. If I just saw you on Tuesday and today is Friday, why are we hugging again? Why are we hugging again? I just seen you. I don't.
Absolutely.
Erin has always been that person though,
Yeah.
but I'm definitely the more affectionate friend.
Yeah.
So I feel sad.
I don't hug-
but it's just like whatever.
But I don't hug my mom. I don't hug my family because that's not how I am. I'm not a really affectionate, lovey-dovey, like, because to me, hugging is still PDA, even if it's somebody you're friends with. I'm not a PDA person. It makes me extremely uncomfortable.
Right.
But they all know that too, so they don't really put me in that situation. But yeah, we're not that, I don't think we're those people.
No, and that's weird because my family, they're very affectionate. But
So is mine.
Your dad
with
had
my
it.
friend, I'm just not like.
Yeah.
But I'm super affectionate, like with my family and with my man. But with my friends, it's like.
Yeah.
Because, like, y'all my dogs. Like,
But we also, I think, we kind of see each other as family. And for me, I don't fucking hug my family. I don't.
I guess like.
And like, so I view these people as my siblings.
Right.
And so it's like, I'm not going to treat them no different than I would treat a sister.
I think for me, like me being here is me showing you
Yes.
that
Yeah.
I care. Like
Yeah.
I'm here. Like I'm here in this situation. I may not like this, but I'm here. So that's my way of showing like I love you.
I
care
think
for
one
you.
thing that I really like about this group is that we're always willing to step out of our comfort zone for somebody, even if it's just one time.
Right. Yeah, I can agree. I can agree on that one.
So, you know what? I just noticed something really funny because you know how you broke it down, how you can split apart and come together. Y'all got the same shoes on. Y'all got the same shoes on. That's cute.
Well, we all got
That's cute as fuck. That's cute as fuck. That's cute as fuck.
So that's what we mean. Like, I'm gonna call Erin, honestly, off of like what we just ordered. So I just ordered this off a Pretty Little Thing. Like, we'll just go with this when we go somewhere. Zach does the same thing with Skylar. Like, they do the same thing. Me and Erin love Ross, Marshalls, online shopping. You know, we've like.
But I think it also has to do with how long we've known each other. Me and Skylar have known each other for almost 10 years.
We've known each other since middle school, but like I said, we didn't become cool until our we was always in the same friend group, but we wasn't close like that until senior year of high school. But that's a whole nother story.
And I never really ran in the same friend group as y'all.
Yeah. And like I can't remember how I became cool with Skylar. I think me and Skylar became cool freshman year, but we wasn't as close until years.
We didn't have any classes together.
We had like that one class together, but we seen each other in passing and was speaking and stuff like that.
Together.
And
so
then we all had sign language together. And I remember how I met Zach because this girl came in the class and was like crying or some shit.
Oh yeah.
Yes, about her fucking grade.
She got a B.
And I had never spoke to Zach a day in my life. Like I just knew he was friends with Skylar and I was cool with Skylar. So she said something and I don't know if you remember, me and you kind of like looked at each other.
I think we did.
And we were just like never spoke to each other, just looked and I was just like this bitch. But we were like looking like this bitch. Okay.
I thought about her earlier today because I was thinking about sign language. Didn't we have sign language?
Oh my god!
We all have sign language. Okay.
Oh my god! You remember that too?
Yeah. Oh my god!
Fucking B. I still remember that shit.
Oh shit!
So if you guys haven't caught on, I know them from high school. So
we've known each other really for a long time.
Yeah.
For sure. Next question.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
You need a drop, like a voice, like a.
Oh, you're right. Not gonna be on the list next. Thank you for the suggestion.
All right, next question. Can men and women be friends while in different relationships?
Absolutely not. One person is end up going to like the other person. I don't care who it is, if it's the male or the female. Knowing their situation, I feel like someone's gonna catch feelings. Unless that other friend has a significant other, I don't see it working out.
So somebody just said in the comments, I have a gay best friend and a guy best friend and I've been married for 8 years. So let me say this, if...
It is a man.
I'm assuming it's a woman. So if like...
Skylar, okay.
So if Skylar has a best friend... Okay, so say me and Skylar are best friends and say I'm a hetero, God forbid.
Right.
If Skylar's boyfriend came along, me and Skylar have a 10+ year relationship.
No, that's fine.
But no, let me say this though. Every time I talk to a guy and I'm hanging out with my friend today, I'm going over his house. And they're like, who is he?
Yeah.
Is he gay? Is he straight?
No.
And it's such a big deal to them because they don't.
When really, if they knew some of the stuff we've done, it don't matter if I'm gay.
And
some of the situations we've been in.
But even though he is gay, like some men can't get past the fact that he's just a dude. And that to me is weird because
I would if it's a gay, but I don't care.
But it's like okay, so let me ask you this.
We don't care.
If Chris introduced you, Domonique, this is my friend such and such, like, and you knew that person and like y'all did whatever, like y'all did, like that person didn't necessarily have a boyfriend, would you be okay with it then? Or do you think it's like an issue of like maybe trying to keep it a secret, like keep it away from somebody? You see what I'm saying? Because then it's like, what are you hiding?
I think more in the sense of I have to get to know that person and feel like if I trust them. Because I pick up vibes, I pick up energy, and I pick up, you gonna
know when a bitch wants your man.
Like, and that's what I'm saying.
Like, you gonna know when a bitch wants your man.
Yeah, correct. Exactly. And so I just feel like it's tricky. I feel like it's tricky.
I would say this. I can't see where you're coming from because like me and Antoine, we're friends and we've been friends since freshman year.
And nobody care about Antoine.
And like I don't want that nigga. I don't care for that nigga. I'll put him on other females. But when me and Alex got together, I had to kind of like keep going like hey, like this is my best friend. Like you are cool. Like that is. It's more like you got to keep referring like this is just my friend. Like that's it. When it was like. With Zach, it wasn't nothing because it was like, okay,
and I know him too.
Right, and so it was. I think it depends on the person that you're dating. Now, my significant other, he has female friends. I wouldn't call that person like his best friend, but he had a female friend that at first when we got together, I was just like, I don't really see nothing. But as I kind of got to get to see her for her, like as situations were passed, I was just like, okay, yeah, no, I know that there's nothing there, because I personally don't feel like that's the kind of person he would be in a relationship.
And that's
so
why
maybe
I
it's
say
about
it
being
gets tricky.
comfortable with that. Maybe it's less about that being a female or a male, and it being about, do you know that person? Do you know that person's intention with your significant other?
Correct. Now, if you and the person was in a relationship, like a whole physical, sexual relationship, and then y'all broke up and y'all was like, oh, we just friends, I would have a problem. Like, nah, like it's still like, to me, it's still gonna be some kind of feelings there.
But what if they weren't even in a relationship, but they did hook up, but they were friends? But they hooked up, but they remained friends.
Everybody has a history.
Right.
See, but don't tell me that though. Like, I wouldn't want to know that. I don't care.
I don't care that either.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not really.
That's a child physically came out this relationship of y'all having sex. I don't give a fuck about you having sex. What happened before me don't matter. Wow. And
everybody's had a past, and so it don't really matter.
Yeah. I disagree. I feel like I care if who you've had sex with. And if you're still friends with this person, to me, yes, it matters, because what if we break up and you get with that person immediately?
Exactly.
My feelings are going to be hurt.
Correct.
My ego won't be able to take it. So, you know, and I feel like maybe we feel the same way because we're the Leos. But shit. Damn, I don't know. So
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, this person just commented, and so it says, my brother has always respected his ex, and they cool till this day. So yes, but he keeps his distance, and they talk. They don't talk unless she hits him up, and her husband knows that they are exes. So I have a person who has always had like a crush on me or whatever, hits me up because we have a friendship history. And I tell Chris every time he hits me up or whatever the case may be, because he trusts me, and I would trust Chris to do the same thing. But is it where I'm not gonna cross that line?
I think that's about communication again. I think maybe if you communicate with that person like you do with Chris, you know, that helps people be comfortable with it.
Right. But it's also just a hit up. It's never like it's not like us.
Chill.
Like, let's chill kind of thing. Yeah. And if we're gonna chill, okay, but it's a lunch at noon.
I just think it's up to whatever. You have to get to that level of your significant other and what they're comfortable with at the end of the day. Because everybody's different, and like, you just have to be, that's one of those things, like, you have to be there with that person, to me.
I was gonna say, for me, I don't think I could be friends with somebody who I know has a crush on me.
Yeah,
that for me would be too difficult, because I would feel like every single interaction is you taking it in as like me just wanting to fuck you or some shit like that. So I mean, no, I couldn't do that.
Exactly.
No, I would have to cut that person off. But if it's like truly platonic, I don't see an issue either.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
And not like being truthful about I'm hanging out with this person instead of like you, like Skylar being like, oh, I'm going to hang out with the girls, when she's really going to hang out with somebody else, like a man.
Yeah.
But if that person's truly platonic, then there's nothing to hide.
Right.
But again, that's about what you're comfortable with and what your significant other is comfortable with. I
definitely
personally
trust communication.
Because the dynamics in every relationship are very different. And so it just, you never, like, it just, everything is a little bit different, I think. So.
I agree.
So
at the end of the day,
someone
no hoe got nothing on me, so shit.
No facts, period.
She can't do nothing.
So someone in the comments said that it's crazy because my husband doesn't like to go out to drink, and he trusts my guy best friend to go out with me, and we do that. We get drunk and nothing has ever happened, and she's known him for 15 years.
And I think this person also commented and said he comes and cooks out and stuff, and so I think that's a great dynamic, because then that her husband knows him.
Yeah.
So obviously you're gonna be more comfortable with somebody, you know, and I think that's with anybody. That could be same sex or not.
Yeah.
So I think as long as you have that comfort with that person and her husband knows him, then obviously you're gonna be more comfortable with that.
So while we're on that, do you guys want your friends to be friends with your significant others?
I mean, I don't want Zach and Skylar to go get lunch with Alex at TGI Friday without me, but I mean, like, when they come around him, I want it to be at least a very, like, the vibe is not like, like, it's not awkward to where it's just like I'm being super duper fake because I have to deal with this person because this is my best friend.
I wouldn't say that my husband has to get along with everybody here, like be friends with everybody here. Obviously, Skylar and I are attached at the hip, so like that's just gonna have to work, or this ain't gonna work.
Right.
But you have to be able to get along with everybody.
Yeah.
You have to be able to match the vibe with everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I think Alex and Chris do really, really, really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, at the end of the day, like Chris knows, like these are my friends. I've been friends with them for quite a while, so it's just like, the opinion you have, I'm gonna take it, but at the end of the day, they're my friends, and unless they did something to me, you're gonna have to get over it.
And I mean, just for example, I'm just gonna say we have had somebody in our friend group who we did not get along with their significant other, and that friendship pretty quickly deteriorated because it was like suddenly we were bad friends. And we had been friends with this person for years.
Right.
And it just felt like suddenly everything we did was a problem, or
Not up to her standard.
why do we call each other bitches? That was one thing that kind of got me, because like we're not like you're a bitch. It was like bitch.
Right.
You know,
Like we call each other like bitch. Like I'll call like Skylar. I'll call all three of them like a bitch. I'll say, "Oh, I didn't say that shit," but I'm not saying it as in like bitch. I'll like knock you out, beat your ass. I'm saying it as in like a jokingly way.
And this person's boyfriend was saying that we were not good friends because of that, without really knowing any dynamics.
And before that person came into the problem, that was never a problem until this person came up.
And this person never wanted to be a proper significant other until certain part of their life was finished, and we were the ones holding that friend down, making sure that person was not lonely or anything. So it's just like,
you gotta have a significant other that matches the vibe, or it really doesn't work. And you have this person that will listen to their significant other and just be like, okay, no, you're right.
Because I always say you can't compete with pillow talk.
And that's exactly what I was gonna say. Erin says that all the time, and I've seen it. My mom is in a relationship, a new relationship, and I say that all the time. Like I can say whatever, but I can't compete with what you have with your husband, because that's pillow talk. I can't compete with pillow talk.
Right. Well, I don't know. For me, I would want my husband to be like pretty good friends with all of you, but I'm also just like a very friendly person. Like I want everyone to be friends.
Yeah.
So like if Zach is gonna have a key, like everyone's gonna have a key to my house, but if they just want to like come over and chill, I would like.
I'm a bust up in her house, no matter what. I'm gonna go, hey.
And
that person would have to be okay with it.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And that's what I say too. My husband would have to be okay with any of y'all doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they all wanted to go get lunch, like they're getting lunch, and my husband's like, "Can I join y'all for lunch?" I'd be like, "Go! I don't care what you."
See, I would be like, "No," because I don't want to spend that much time with you.
That's me. I just don't want. I don't want to spend time with you without my person. Right. Like your friends is your friends and my friends is my friends. But when we come together, we can all be a group.
Now maybe we going out as couples. Oh,
right.
But no, you're not just coming to. No, you're not coming to the Neiman Marcus Cafe with us.
But it's different when like you're married, you know, like I can understand if it's just like boyfriend, girlfriend, because you know they come and go and shit, but like if you're married, you're assuming you're in it for the long run. So I mean, I would want my husband to be cool with my friends too.
But I wouldn't want them, I would say I wouldn't want them to go out without me.
Unless like, okay, like for example, like me and Domonique, like if Chris, I wouldn't definitely would never expect me and Chris to be going to fucking Panera Bread on the own, like by ourselves. Unless it had something particular to do, like he was like, I'm finna plan something for Dominique. I'm like, okay, I'll go with you. But as far as like, I'm gonna call Chris and be like, hey, what you doing? Wanna go to Ross? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna call Chris on his own personal time and be like, hey, you wanna hang out? Unless it's just like something
it's a different
particular
kind of relationship
for her and everything. But I get there are some people who the husbands were best friends, and because they were best friends, like the wives ended up being best friends.
But that's different to me. That's not the same.
Yeah.
You said that's not the same?
I don't think it's the same as like Skylar's husband trying to be friends with us outside of Skylar.
I wouldn't want to be friends with
I wouldn't be friends with any of y'all's spouses like to the same extent.
The hell?
We went to go get a blizzard. What you mean?
What?
Like it would be weird.
No,
it would be weird.
That would be weird. I would even look at.
But you never know. You may have a commonality with their significant other. So
I mean, never say never.
Never say never. But most likely it's not happening.
I wouldn't look for a significant other and be like, would my friends be best friends with these people?
Got you.
Yeah.
That makes
Right.
sense. That makes sense. All right, let's go ahead and get into the pot. And pull. Yeah. All right.
Oh, and I was just gonna say, because Randy said you need to have married people and single people.
That would be great.
Me and Skylar are single, and Erin and Domonique have been in a long-term. Domonique in a long-term relationship.
No, yeah.
I
They're
plan
both
on
in
getting
long-term
married in like 2
relationships.
years now.
But just so you know, like perspective, it's me and Skylar are.
No, but that's a good idea, and I feel like if I were to have
would be
married, I would just do married.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just a whole married.
Because
thing.
I'm sure your opinions have to change. I
Yeah,
mean, you know.
for sure.
I'm sure.
For sure.
So, but okay.
All right, next question says, can you be friends with your parents/teachers?
Yes.
So like adult figures in your life, like growing up, put yourself back into like the mindset of like when you were younger. I was at like my friend's graduation party, and her coach came, and they were like chopping it up. Like she knows like the deets about him, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
I know.
I'm.
I think as you get older, it changes because as
she does that with like a lot of, like I know she knows like a
Okay.
lot of Hebrew.
I think it's okay.
I
do.
think it's fine. I mean, as you get older, you kind of, your views change, and this person was, I mean, they saw you grow up.
Yeah.
So they do know, like, you're different. You're not the same person you were when I met you
I'm
at
grown.
16. Like, you're a grown ass fucking like adult.
But also, it's not like it's your aunt, because it's like this teacher will see you for a year. And then
Right.
they don't really follow your progression as an adult. They just
Right.
see like, you used to be 8 and now you're 23.
Right.
You know, and so it's kind of different. Like, and then you catch up and then you realize, oh my God, I have a lot of similarities and a lot of common things with this person. So then to me, it's okay. And my mom, she's in education, and so her friends, me and my mom have a very interesting relationship. We're more friendly because she was so young when she had me, but her friends have become my friends in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And that's something that's different because they were always around in my house growing up, because she's been friends with these people since she's been a teacher. And as she went into counseling and administration, she's gotten these new friends, and they've just become, honestly, me and Skylar's friends because she's around them so often.
And I was gonna say too, like, I grew up in Carrollton, like elementary, middle school, high school. So, and then I have a younger sibling, so I see a lot of these teachers
And
all the time. And
like
then
with Angela and Sandra.
a lot of his mom's friends are my brother's teachers, so we're always hanging out, we're drinking, we're eating dinner, doing whatever too. But
Going out.
I follow a lot of my teachers on Facebook because I'm just one of those students, like if I genuinely made a connection with a teacher, I always try to make it up. Are you okay,
Child,
child?
I'm about to die on
Okay.
your
oh my gosh.
The water got her in trouble.
I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
Get a girl from
water
Hanson.
got you in trouble.
Get a girl from
No,
Hanson.
this was the one.
That was the one.
All right, are you okay over there, Domonique?
I'm okay. Sorry, Skylar.
But I would, if I made a connection with a teacher when I was younger, I most likely still have a connection with that teacher
I agree.
right now.
I agree.
I would say this. I have a
That's nice.
friend. Me and her, like, I consider this girl like me and her been friends since we were 4 years old. Our moms were best friends, and like, she's of course seen me grow up and everything to like now. Our relationship is very different. Like, she's like my aunt. Like, I call her my aunt and everything. But if I had to really call her and talk to her about something and I was pissed off about it, I could be comfortable being like, I was fucking pissed. Like, this is pissing me off. All that. I wouldn't be like, I can't talk like this because this is my. This is an adult or anything.
Right.
Even that kind of goes like, I've even started to kind of like establish that relationship with like my dad's sister. Like, when I was younger, of course it wasn't like that. I was scared to even say certain stuff around them. But as you get older, I think, and they start to, they see you. Your parents are never going to see you that way. Like, that's just at the end of, your parents are never going to see you as an adult. You're always going to be their child.
Exactly.
But other adults in your family will start seeing you
Differently.
as that and be more like, okay, well, we can kind of see how she's where he or she is coming from because they're at this stage
Right.
in
And I
their
think that
lives.
we kind of have that with each other's parents, I would say, a little bit. Like, I would like to think that y'all could feel comfortable enough to call Misty up and be like, look here, bitch.
I need some help.
Let me tell you about this shit.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know about Sharia.
You can't do
Terry,
that.
maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But y'all also know my mom. Like,
Yeah, in a different
y'all be
way.
coming over there and y'all know how she is.
But like Vaughn, anytime we go to Erin's house. He's like, whatever.
DJ Vaughn, show some
DJ
respect.
Vaughn, he's like, whatever you need, I don't care. I could call Zach's mom right now and be like, girl, I need some money in a getaway car, and she would give it to me. But I love that. I love having connections with my friends' parents, like Angelina, Ashley. Like, those are all of my best friends, and I could call any of their parents right now, and it just makes your friendship also like. Yeah. It kind of makes it
more of a family. It's more of a, not even a friendship, it's more family based.
And again, I think that's what makes our friendship work so well is we all know each other's family. We all get along with each other's family.
Yeah.
And I mean, my family, we view everybody as family. Like my mom looks at each of these people as her children. So.
I mean, girl, she said the great out for a reason.
I feel like I don't really have that kind of relationship you guys were talking about with your teachers or whatever. I was kind of bad in school stuff, you know. With the teachers.
I don't have that relationship.
But I think mine is so different because
your mom is
it's a different dynamic. Yeah, like my mom is a principal. She's been in the same school district.
Me and Domonique, we don't have to deal with our high school teachers because we ain't got no younger siblings. We ain't finna go to no.
Well, I was also talking about like, you know, there are people who were like in school. They were like literally friends with the teachers.
To me, I kind of think I know what you're talking about. Like there are people that never hang out with that culture teacher
or go to their house.
School.
Yeah.
I found that weird. I found that very weird.
I mean, like for what?
I did have one teacher in high school that I felt like
nice time.
Okay. I had one teacher that I felt like was my confidant in high school, and she really helped me through a lot of struggles that I was going through in high school. But I wouldn't, and I keep up with her, like I'm friends on Facebook with her and stuff. But I don't know if there's a situation I'd be like, hey, you trying to go out? What you trying to do tonight? What you trying to get into? You know what I mean? But like, that's also just like, that's a relationship that I forged in high school with that particular teacher. And like, I like to keep up with her and see like what she's up to, make sure she's doing well. But I wouldn't call that a friendship. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I find it like, I mean, when I see teachers out, like I keep that respectable kind of aura with them. But like I feel like at work, those older people at work, I see myself on the same level.
Absolutely.
Like that whole elder shit goes out the window. Like we on the same level. And I love the ones that like me and can chop it up with me and can like, you know, admit that I'm wise for my age or whatever. And they're not jealous. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Miss Carolyn.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Miss Carolyn.
I mean, I've worked in the medical field, so most of the people that I feel like I'm friends with are between the ages of 40 and 60.
Right.
And it's because they be the ones that don't try to do nothing to you, nothing shicey. They don't have no hidden agendas.
Right.
We all talking about the boss.
We all talking about the buzz.
We all talking about that bitch that's sitting in cubicle 3.
Okay.
We're talking about if you deal with clients.
We all talking about the same. And then it's like also, you may be older than me, but we both making the same thing.
Exactly.
So, maybe.
But that's again the common ground thing with a coworker. It's a little different.
Yeah. All right. Well, shit. Next topic.
Sizzle, sizzle.
Thanks for coming in the
Snap, crackle, pop.
Should you keep childhood friends?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think if you don't grow out of it.
Yeah. I think that there are girls that we lived in the same neighborhood, our parents were friends, whatever it be, like Ashley, Jennifer, like we literally grew up together, and it's interesting to see us all in different places in our lives. And I think it's important too because like sometimes those people will be the main ones to be like, why you acting like don't try to act brand new or anything, you know? Like obviously our relationships are different from what we have here, but like it goes back to like a bond that you kind of just have because of your childhood, if that makes sense.
I can honestly say I don't have any friends from childhood that I would consider friends. There's people that I still keep up with that I want to do well, that I've known since literally kindergarten. But those are just people like as you grow up and you have other relationships in your life, I feel like those relationships all evolve.
Right.
And sometimes you do outgrow a relationship.
Yeah.
And you have your lives are going in two different places.
Yeah.
And so I can't keep up with myself and yourself. Right. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I don't have any friends, but as long as you grow together, you know what I mean? I think it's good.
I think you can. I mean, I've been friends. I haven't like I said, I consider this person like my sister. I'm the godmother of her son. So and like her family is my family, and I grew up with her. Like, and even though me and her we drifted off for a moment, we still came back to one another. And even to the point like to where like me and her have different friend groups, but I'm semi-cool with some of the people in her friend group, and like she's cool with the people in my friend group, to where like when I speak to her, she asks us about the three of them, like how are they doing, like what's going on with them and all that kind of stuff. Same way I do with their friend. I think it's just, it makes it more awkward if you try to bring in a childhood friend and they don't mesh well with your new friend group. If that's the only thing that makes it awkward, but I wouldn't bring Sherika into the friend group if I didn't think she would be like, the fuck? Like, I love what you got going on over here and stuff like that. So I think you should always have childhood friends, because Sherika see me at my high, my low, all that. You know, she was there when I had my parents got a divorce, all that kind of stuff. So she's seen more of me than they have from when they met me. So
And I actually lived in Denton before I came here, and I have a friend where, so it's funny, my brother and her sister are still the best of friends. Me and her still keep up with each other. We aren't as close as we used to be, because she is a mom and she didn't graduate high school and all these things. And her grandma actually, like, we loved each other, and her grandma came to my graduation. And she was like so happy for me, and like she always is rooting for me. If anything ever happened to her family or anything, I'll be the first person there, because we just still have that connection, but we aren't as close. But I always have love for her and her family.
I think there's a difference between a childhood friend and an adult connection, because I feel connected with all of y'all on a different level, and I think I would say I am with somebody who I would say would be like a childhood friend.
I feel like kids get along with every other kid.
Exactly.
You feel me? Y'all both, you kids, what the fuck y'all finna?
Well, I don't think so though.
You know what I'm saying? But like with my childhood friends, it's like I'm willing to put in the work like you would like in a relationship.
Sure.
Because you're choosing to love someone. You've been there. You've known me since the beginning, so I got it.
And I understand that, because I'm not a friendly person. Like,
He's not.
I'm really not. Like, I'm just not gonna come up to you and be like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah, you're not.
But I've always been that way.
Yeah.
From I was, so like the friends that I did have as a child, like I guess I wasn't friends with everybody. I didn't know everybody. But I know what you mean to an extent. Like, a child doesn't have the same filters of viewing somebody as what we do now. But I feel connected to have a friend now versus a friend then. I have to have more of a connection with somebody now.
Right. I guess it also depends too, because when you have childhood friends, normally you are friends with their parents or cousins or siblings, your parents are friends, so that also connects you in that way too, so it's easier.
Because even when you're in a fight with them and you see their like parent out, because I remember I was in a fight with one of my friends and I would see her mom constantly at the gym. It was so, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still
But that's
friendly.
a respect thing too.
Yeah.
Because then you start to see that person, like, their parents, like, if you've known their parents since you were 6 years old, 7, 8, 9, okay, you kind of have a different respect for those people, so yeah, you're not going to dog them in public. And I've always felt that way.
Right, right.
And I do that to people I'm not friends with now still. I still say hi to their parents, I'm very cordial.
That's good. Someone in the comments said that a friendship is more of an investment. Do you guys agree with that?
Yes. I mean, I feel like friends are more easier, because it feels like you can pick your friends. You can't pick your family. Like, your family is someone who was given to you, but your friends, that's based off of your personality, where you are at in your certain lifestyle. So, like, I mean, I feel like it is an investment, because if Domonique had, has a lash company, and I mean, all that, and, it's good. Like, I go to it and all that. I'm gonna support my friend, and like I would support them in anything else that they did, unless it was like, cooking crack in a fucking kitchen or some shit. Right.
And she'd tell her friends to do crack.
Okay.
I'm so done.
But I think too, like, you get what you put into it. And
you have to be willing to pour into each other's cup.
And I'm like the first one to say, I'm not always like gonna always reach out. Like, if we haven't spoken in 2 weeks, I just, like, I love you. You're my best friend. I'm also just not that way with anybody.
Okay.
I'm not a reach out type of person. Like, girl, you know what it is.
But it's like quality over quantity, though.
Yeah, but I know that if they, like, I would want, hopefully that they would know that if they needed me, like, I would be there no matter what time of day, 3 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, it is an investment, though, because you think about it, it's like, it's an investment of your own time to spend time with somebody, and we're all in a very different place than we were when we first met, and it's because we've grown together and we've uplifted each other and we've supported each other in times that were really, really challenging, and we still do. But that's part of being a friend, and I think that that's something different you have in a friend than you might not have with a significant other, you have a different type of support, a different type of relationship. Because I honestly feel like sometimes with a significant other, you can feel judged. But I can say that if I'm here with these people and I'm sitting here and I'm telling y'all, I'm pouring my heart out and I'm telling y'all, I would not feel judged. I would think that I'm getting supportive feedback, and that goes back to you have to pour into each other. It's like you're like a family. To be a cohesive friend group with a lot of dynamics, because we have a lot of dynamics in our group, you have to be willing to put that work in. Definitely.
I agree with that. Shit, let's drop from the pot. I think we got time for 2 more questions.
I can never get the sound.
I didn't stop it.
She
Do
ain't got
men
time.
or women make better friends?
I don't think either. I think it depends on the person.
No, it absolutely depends.
Because you can meet some shiesty bitches and you can meet some
Because
shiesty
men
men.
can be just as messy as females.
Men are petty. A
They
lot
are.
of men are
So
very petty.
petty.
And they're messy. Men are messy, especially straight men who get involved in their girlfriend's business
Right. Are you talking to
and the
somebody?
drama with their friends. And I'm not talking to nobody, but they know who they
Oh,
are.
thanks,
And
Jacob.
so I'm
You
just saying, you know, men tend to get involved in their female's business a lot more than I've noticed a woman getting involved in their dude's business.
But I like that. I want to be able to gossip with my man. You know, when I
Oh,
come
who are
home from
y'all?
work.
Oh, I know
what
who
I'm
you're talking
talking
about.
You feel like you
And that's on facts.
I want to
Jacob,
gossip.
I love you. Sorry.
I want to gossip with my man. Like, I want him to know the bitch I don't like at work.
Absolutely.
Oh
But I
yeah,
don't
no,
need him to
definitely.
make, I don't need him to be a bitch to that bitch.
That's true.
Oh,
That's very
right.
true.
And that's the difference. Because it's one thing to tell them about your day and be like, to be like,
But I don't need like if I tell Alex something that Domonique went through, and I just be like just saying it like, oh yeah, Domonique went through something like that, and then when he see her, he be like,
your ass up
Oh my
Erin told me how you
God.
had a yeast infection. Like, no,
Wow.
wrong place,
Yes.
wrong time.
Yes.
No, correct.
But that was
fucking
bad.
hilarious. I would be like, really?
That's fucking
I'd be like,
funny.
I'm never telling you anything. I know
I'd be like, we was all talking about STDs.
you ain't go.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I didn't know it was a secret.
this is awkward.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
think it depends too. Like, there are definitely females that I will box till this day.
Period.
I mean, that's
Yep.
just that.
Working on my growth.
There are also, I'm not. There are also
Now we have two
men
person.
that I would equally as box till this day.
Absolutely.
So to me, it just honest to God depends like on the personality. Because you can meet really cool dudes, you can meet really cool females, but I think that, do I think it's naturally easier to be friends with a male? I do. They don't really care about things, they don't take things personal, you can talk about whatever, because guys do low-key like the drama, like they wouldn't
No, they
care
do.
about it. You know?
They
Hold on. So, okay, Sydney just asked a really great question. She said, how do y'all handle not liking a friend's significant other? What do you think your place in telling them is? So I would
I'm gonna let
say,
you know.
hold on. So I would say I handles not liking someone's significant other by not fucking with that significant other. But that doesn't affect my friendship with this person.
It doesn't.
Now, what does affect your friendship is whenever your significant other's dislike for that person affects their significant other. So like, if Chris didn't like me and it started affecting Domonique because he's in her ear, Dominique's obviously not going to be friends with us. Because again,
Right.
you can't compete with pillow talk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what
But-
happened.
And I think your place in telling them if you don't like a significant other, in my opinion, is being like, honestly, I don't like your boyfriend.
But here's my thing. It's
And telling them
hard.
why.
But
But that's me because I'm blunt and I'm honest, I'm going to tell you.
Right, I'll tell you, but if there's some type of like back, which I get it, that's your man, you love him. But if I'm coming to you as a friend and being like, he's honestly an asshole and like he's not good for you, and you're kind of like, I'm not gonna view you differently, but like I'm gonna kind of look at you like, bitch, like, cause you know I don't have ill intent. Don't come at me sideways like that when I'm genuine. Now, if it was a thing of like jealous or something, like that would like we would be able to tell if we were just kind of being like jealous or spiteful or something about
It just depends on your relationship with that person, because you know if you have a relationship with that person to tell them if you don't like their significant other. I could tell any of them if I got a problem with their boyfriends.
But I feel like then you need to look at your significant other as, are you a confrontational person? Are you like, you just don't
Oh,
match?
yeah.
Yeah, like what
Yeah.
is wrong?
Because
What's
I
going on
feel
with your
like-
friend group? why you may not like.
But what are you feeding your
Right.
boyfriend too? Why does he not like these people?
True,
Yeah,
true.
and I've like
Because
these
you
been
don't-
my
they're-
friends for years, and you don't like them for what?
Yeah.
But my opinion on that too is, if you've never met me and you don't like me and the entire group of friends, it's because your girlfriend, who's friends with us, was talking shit about us to
Exactly.
you.
No, that's
Right.
Because
true.
you don't just formulate opinions out of the air.
That's true.
Right.
We've
So you
also
have
had
to
it
look
to
at
where a friend of ours was telling us stuff about their significant other.
Uh-huh.
That she probably shouldn't have
And-
told us.
Right, and that,
To
you
be
know,
honest.
to be honest, yeah, at the end of the day, she felt dumb at the end of the day, like, for telling us that situation, because we told her what we thought it was.
Yeah.
And
But
it
then
was
don't like the
her,
answer.
it was right, she didn't like that answer. So as their relationship continued, and we would make like little jokes about the whole situation, she was like,
Or
I
just-
don't like that you guys did
Or
that.
just bring it up.
Right.
All right, you guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up with a few last questions.
All right, so our next question is, why do women back up their friends when they know they're wrong?
Sorry.
I think it depends, like, well, first of all, I don't think it depends. I think that if we all get into an argument or something and we know we're wrong, we can tell each other, like, in that moment.
Yeah.
But if we at the club or at a restaurant and someone, you know,
I got this.
Because
gets a little
I'll be like
sideways,
this. Look,
it don't matter it don't matter that Erin went to the bathroom,
I'll be like this.
punched her straight in her face, and she came out and started getting buck with us. Like, we're gonna have Erin's back.
Right.
And then
I
when we
think
get in the
it's a bit-
car,
it's on
Erin's
site.
like, I did punch her in the face first.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
it doesn't matter. Like, I think you should always have your friends back in public. It does not
Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
It does
And then
not
in
matter.
private, tell them like, bitch, you know you should.
You know you should not.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right,
but you don't
like-
want to make your friend look like they're in the wrong.
right, not
Yeah,
in that
that's
moment.
embarrassing.
Because
Not in that
that's your own.
moment.
that's a ride or die.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I don't like that when people want to try and school you in front of other people,
Right.
and it's like, oh, you're supposed to be my family member, or you're
Right.
supposed to be my friend, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can tell me in private.
Right. Like let me have my moment. And
Exactly.
then once I'm done having my
Yeah.
moment, then we can.
You don't even
have
gotta
a
back
moment.
me up. You just gotta be like, that's what she does.
But I don't think that's
You can just be like, yup.
I don't think it's limited to women though. I think that anybody that
relationship.
you're friends with, I think that is what you should do. If you
And
are
in a
a good
relationship.
friend, you should back that person up no matter what. Because Skylar has been in some situations in bars where we like,
Okay, it's not my business.
we're like, okay, let's do it. We going. Like,
Right.
we doing the bit. We
Or
doing
we'll
this.
be like, damn,
They was
bitch, my
trying
weave
to-
is
We-
not
I mean, we're
today.
ready.
Right, we've been into like I really don't want to do this, but fuck, I'm gonna have to do this.
I'm about to look like a whole full on
I don't want to be in this situation, but I have to. 'Cause I can't let.
I mean, that night,
Let it
Erin
go
was
down.
like, I'm really not trying to do this. And then whenever it came down to it, Erin went in, and then I went in, and we was,
It was
We was
really
it. We
It
did
is what
it.
it is what it is.
right.
But like
and it
that-
resolved. But we had
Yeah.
we had each other's backs.
We had each other's back, and like that's the main thing. Because if they didn't, they had just left me.
How embarrassing.
No, not embarrassing. Bad.
This
That
would
would've been
This
bad.
would not
That would
be
be bad.
happening. I would
Right.
probably
We
not
wouldn't
be
be
here.
cool again if you
Right.
left me and embarrassed me
Yeah.
in front of everybody. I would
Right.
kind of have to cut you off for a little bit.
But I think it's
man.
more
You
than
got that.
just women. I think that as a friend, I think you should be willing to back your friend up.
Even if you think they're
Even if you think, if you
Yeah.
think they're in the wrong, you still need to be willing to back them up in that moment and then talk to them again. And that's another thing of holding somebody accountable. Because after that event, me and Erin were like, bitch.
Yeah, I knew what I did was wrong, but in
Yeah.
the moment it had to be done. Like,
But
in the moment,
things
it's
happen
not
in the
like-
heat of the moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But and I took it as like, I know, like, you ain't
Yeah.
gotta tell me, I know.
But
I mean, it is what it is.
that's a good friend. Somebody that'll back you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody said wrong is wrong, and I just don't agree with that.
They said, but I got your back.
Wrong
Oh,
is
but I
wrong.
got your back.
You're
Okay,
right.
I should have read the whole thing.
Wrong
but-
is wrong, but like I said, wrong is wrong. But if that's your friend, you should still be willing to back them up. And I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what y'all would do. Y'all could be driving on the wrong side of the road, and somebody could pull y'all over and try to punch you in the face, and I'd be like, what they did?
Right.
What they did? Like, it could be something outlandish, but I'm still gonna have their back because that's my friend. I'm not gonna let my friend fight, like, be in the situation where they're like alone and you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not only that, but sometimes friends don't always have the perspective that you have. Like, you could have beef with somebody that been messing with you from who knows when, and then, like, you know, your friend just being like, oh, that's wrong, because they know it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, but you don't know the damn situation, so sometimes you need to be quiet. Like, and I've also seen that kind of dynamic play out. Like, you know, say I have a best friend and I have another best friend, but they're not friends. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But we're just all together because maybe we're hanging out because of me, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, if I start, you know, talking a little, you guys say you guys are sarcastic, so I'm sarcastic too. If I'm like sarcastic with somebody and then she's like, hey, don't do that. That's not cool. Like, I'll be like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
Absolutely.
Like, this is how I'm friends with her. I may be friends with you in a different way, but like, so I mean, it's stuff like that.
Right. And me and Skylar have had that happen to each other. A friend that I was trying to bring into the group. We all joke with each other very differently. Like, we all very. And I'm not gonna. I was making fun of Skylar, like saying, like, he was making fun of me, like I was telling her like she should go in the bathroom and like throw her food up so
To be skinny.
so she could be skinny. But we were making fun of it.
We would all do it.
And she was like, yeah, we're gonna go do that. And that other friend was like, why would you say that to her? That is so mean. I'm like, bitch, slow your roll.
Right.
Stop trying to make me look bad because I'm not being a bad person. I'm really joking. She's not. It's not like
we
she's gonna
really
go,
do. We dog each other.
Right. And I know she's not gonna go and cry.
bad.
So I know I'm not hurting her feelings. I would never say something that I know is generally gonna like hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna rock for y'all.
Okay.
Unless y'all like murder somebody.
They're gonna be like, well,
I don't know.
I got your
It
back.
depends on who you murder.
Different.
Okay. And that's when we break up a little
no,
bit.
everyone literally be like, what?
No.
Now rob a bank. Easily.
Okay, we
Rob
do
a
the
bank, yes.
Let's close it out with one last question.
Okay.
Why do you guys think you're a good friend?
We can start this way.
Okay.
All right.
I was not prepared
I
for
need a minute.
that.
Well, I'm a good friend.
I would say that I am a good friend because I'm always there for my friends, and I really do try to have their backs. If they tell me something, like I'm like a vault, and I genuinely care about them, and I hope that I show it in some way.
No,
Yeah.
No, I hope that I know that my love for them is genuine, and I hope that comes off, and that is what I consider like a good friend. I would want to feel someone's love or their vibes or, you know, whatever, just to show them that I'm always there for them, and, you know, etc.
I think I'm a good friend because I tell it like it is. Like, I'm very honest. I'm not gonna let you be crazy. I'm not gonna let you look crazy. I'm not gonna let you do something silly. Like, if you ask me for my opinion on a certain situation, I'll be honest with you, whether it's something that you might feel like you might not like, but it's something that you do need to hear. Because I feel like that's what I want in a friend, is somebody who's just bluntly honest about something, because I don't need somebody to beat around the bush and sort of see everything through rose-colored lenses. I want to know the truth, and that's what I try to give to my friends.
Gemini over here.
Absolutely.
I think I'm a good friend. Like Skylar said, I'm definitely always there for each and every one of these people. I don't like to be fake. I feel like I consider myself a genuine person, and I just want the same thing. So I give it to all of them. If they need me, you had a family member die, you had something going on in your life, I am there for you. You need a shoulder to cry on.
And we've all gone through something traumatic.
She's so annoying. But no, I love all of them, so.
I think I'm a good friend because I may not come off as the most like affectionate person and like the most like, oh, like I'm sorry, like all that. But if you truly need me to be there for you, I'm gonna be there for you. And I feel like my feelings for people is shown by me really being like, you know when I rock with you by how I treat you. Like if I don't fuck with you, you gonna know. Like I have a hard time like sugarcoating that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So if I fuck with you, I fuck with you for the long way, and I'm gonna tell you like I don't like this, and I think you should really go this way into it. But at the end of the day, I'm also gonna like try to see it in your eyes and everything.
So, and I would say that I'm a good, look at y'all being a good friend. Help her out. But, no, yeah, I would say I'm a good friend because, I would do anything for anybody. Like, if you need a favor, if I can do it within my means, I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really, like, I'm a present type of friend. Like, you're not going to see me just disappear, fall off the grid. Like, you can literally hit me up anytime and I'm going to be like, yo, what's up? Whatever. So, I mean, shoot.
And you know what? You're like that with anybody because there's times where like we won't talk for months and then you'll be like you just answer your line. So I see that a lot with you.
Oh, thank you. Damn. Anyway, so this was it, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And if you didn't tune in, that really fucking sucks. See you next week at 9:15 p.m. Thank you, Skylar. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Dom. And thank you, Erin, for coming.
Thank you for having
And
us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks for the hospitality.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.